I will do the intro later, but today I will put a picture of how many times I picked up my phone last week on Monday, which was 117. So that means today I will be reading 117 pages of my book, which is gonna be One of Us is Lying. I don't know what this book is about, so I think it's a mystery. It says, I believe they're like a group of friends and one of them ends up dying and they don't know who killed him, but one of the friends might have possibly killed him. I'm not sure. I'll read 117 pages and I'll let you know how that goes. Hopefully I like it. That'll be it for today, which is so strange. Now that I'm back home, we can talk about this video actually. So this was the amount of times I picked up my phone last Monday. So that means it will be 117 pages that I read today, which I did while I was at work. I actually read 118 pages. This is where I'm at. I am on chapter 11, 119, page 119. And this is One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus. I don't know her name. I did not know what this book was about. I just knew that it was a mystery, thriller, psychological thriller, horror type of book. And so when I started reading it, I had no idea what it was about because I put this book on my TBR a long time ago. We're talking years. And so when I went to pick this up, I had no idea what it was about, just the fact that I wanted to read it a very long time ago. I didn't know if I was gonna like it. I didn't know if I wanted to read it because, as we've discussed on my channel before, I am not the biggest fan of mystery, and this is targeted as mystery. So this book is about this group of friends who go to detention, and one of them runs a blog that talks about all of the rumors that are in the school. Like, basically, he's Gossip Girl. That's the best way I can describe it. He knows all the rumors that are going on in the school. He knows what everybody's doing. He knows all the secrets, and he publishes them on his blog. And the blog is called About That. And basically, every day there's like a new rumor that is published to the blog, and it ruins basically relationships and friendships and whatnot and so on and so forth. And when they go to detention, they're like set up because they're not supposed to have phones in class, and somebody puts a phone in their bag and they get caught with the phone, and the teacher doesn't believe them that the phone wasn't theirs. So they all go to detention, these 5 people, these 5 friends, not really friends, but they're 5 people, they're 5 classmates, I guess. They go to detention, and in the middle of detention, the guy who owns the blog goes to take a sip of water and he dies because the cup apparently had traces of peanut oil, and he's very allergic to peanut. He has like a peanut allergy, and he dies. And basically, where I've gotten to is that they're trying to figure out who killed him, because after he dies, this blog goes up, and like a blog post goes up of this person who says that they killed him, and his name is Simon. They say that they killed Simon, and they detail step by step what they did, how they took every EpiPen from the nurse's office, and so they would make sure that Simon died because of the peanut oil, and how they lined the cup with peanut oil. And now the friends that were at detention with him are under investigation because the post that was supposed to go up the day after he died, when he wasn't going to die, was a post about those 5 people. And so now the police are investigating and trying to figure out if one of these 5 people, or all of them, conspired to kill Simon, even though it doesn't seem like they did. So I don't know. I'm honestly unsure what's going on. I don't know who it could possibly be. Reading 118 pages is very little, especially when you're reading a mystery book, because I wanted to continue because the story is actually interesting, and I know I don't like mystery books, but this one is actually all right. And so yeah, I read my 118 pages for the day. I believe tomorrow is 80 pages. So it's gonna take me at least 3 days to finish this book because, 118 pages today, 80 pages tomorrow will definitely not even put me halfway through. This book has 358 pages. Tomorrow is the lowest amount of pages that I have to read for the rest of the week because I checked ahead. So 80 pages is the least, it's the minimum of pages that I will be reading this week. And I don't know about the highest. I think it's like maybe 100 and something, but definitely not today. According to Goodreads, I am 32% in. And yeah, I will probably be finishing this within the next 2 to 3 days. Just because of the amount of pages. I really did not expect myself like to pick up my phone only 100 and something times or 80 times. I know that's a lot, but really in the grand scheme of things, I thought I would have picked up my phone a lot more because I feel like I'm constantly on my phone and my hours like on my phone are abysmal. And so I thought it would be at least like 400, 300, no, not 400. I thought it would be like 250, between 250 and 300 times that I pick up my phone usually on a regular, but I don't think I got higher than 200, but I don't know. I'll have to check the rest later as we go on. But yeah, that's my update for today. That's where we're at. The book is very interesting for a mystery, so it feels nice to read it. I don't know how many books I'm gonna finish in this 5 days that I'm doing this, because maybe a book and a half, maybe like this and another book, because it's not looking like I'm gonna finish a lot of books. So good morning. Today is Tuesday, the 27th of February, and today's page count is going to be 82 pages. I'm going to continue reading One of Us is Lying. I'm on page 118, so I believe I'm gonna get to page 200 today, and that'll be it for the day. And then, yeah, which would put me, I believe, at halfway, if I'm correct. Since 200 ends in the middle of a chapter, I'm just gonna read a little bit more. So I'll read to page 205, so right here, and then we'll continue on tomorrow. 80 pages is really nothing, so this will take me no time, and we'll discuss it later. We'll discuss how I feel about it, what I liked about it, what I didn't. I believe, yeah, oh, wait, how many pages? It'll put me a little bit over halfway, because this book is less than 400 pages. So yeah, we'll be reading until page 205 today, and I'll update you on this later. So as you saw this morning, today's page count was going to be 125 pages. If we were to do the math, because I was at page 205, if you add 125 pages to it, it'll be page 330. But because page 330 at the middle of a chapter, I decided to read a little bit more, and I read until page 333. That's where I'm at. I'm on chapter 30. I have 30 pages left of this book. I thought about finishing this today because I was like, well, I'm already there. Like, there's only like 20 pages-ish left, like 25 pages, something like that, 30 pages. So I thought about finishing it, and then I was like, you know what? I'm already reading above the page count on it daily anyways. Let me not overdo it. So I'm going to finish it tomorrow. I don't know how many pages I'm reading tomorrow. I'll probably check that tomorrow in the morning before I start reading, but I know for sure it's 100 plus. So I will be finishing this and starting a second book, which will be Swear on This Life by Renee Carlino. This is what it looks like. This copy is destroyed. I borrowed it from my library, and for some reason, whoever had this before really screwed it up. Oh my god, is this set in Ohio? That would be strange because I live in Ohio. That would be very strange. But apparently this is about a girl who picks up a book to read, and the book that she ends up reading is a story about her own life. Like, she is her actual life. I believe that's what this is. Yeah, it says, imagine opening a book and discovering that someone else has written your life story. So I don't know, but I've been meaning to read this for a very long time. I'm very excited about it. It's, how many pages? 303 pages. So that shouldn't take much. I don't think I will be finishing it by Friday though, due to the word count situation, or maybe I will. I'm not sure. It depends on how many pages I'll get out of it tomorrow and then Friday as well. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to finish this tomorrow and then read this, or read how many pages left after I finish this one. So, and then I'll read this one. So far, this picked up heavy. This picked up heavy from page, 200 that I was at yesterday until 333. Heavy pickupage. Like, we're talking shit hit the ground running immediately. Like, no yield signs, no stop signs, no red lights, no nothing. We find something out towards the, like, page 320, and we find something out that's crazy, which I kind of knew. I kind of knew. I thought it, and then I was like, no, that can't possibly be it while I was reading this book yesterday. But it turns out it just might be the thing that is the mystery of this book. So yeah, I am interested to find out how this ends. I don't believe this is like a... Is there a second book to this? Let's check. Why don't we? There is books that go further into the story, but I don't think I will be going on with the rest of them because I just don't like mystery, and it's not one of the genres that interests me really all that much. So I will be reading this and finishing it tomorrow. I like it. It's interesting. It's fun. It's easy to read. It's very fast paced. After page 200, and we find something out that's crazy that you would never think happens, but it does happen, and you're like, what the hell is going on? It's very interesting, written very easy to read. The characters are very three-dimensional, and you actually get to know them and their flaws and their like day-to-day lives, and you actually get involved with them. Like, something happened in the middle of this and I said, oh shit, and I was like actually like concerned for the characters. So yeah, I like the characters. I like the writing. It's very easy to read, very easy to get through. I'm sure if I wasn't reading like a certain page count number every day, then I would have finished it by now or finished it on the second day, because it's just very interesting and it's just picked up. And I'm really considering finishing the rest of the book today and reading the next one tomorrow, but I'm not going to do that. So I will see you tomorrow when we finish this book and we start this one. Today's page count is going to be 126 pages, and I already started on my page count today. I read 25 pages of One of Us is Lying, and I finished this book, and it was very interesting. Like I've mentioned 1,000,001 times at this point, I'm not the biggest fan of mystery, but I feel like this was a much better mystery than the one I read earlier this year, which I don't even remember the name of, to be honest. What was the name of it? I don't even remember. But this book was interesting. It was very fun to read. I kind of saw the end coming. I knew who killed the guy that they were trying to investigate and trying to find out who killed him. I kind of guessed from the very beginning, which I was like, I kind of dismissed it. I already said, like, I was like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if this was what happened and how he died? And then I was like, nah, that's probably not it, because that would be insane. But it was the truth, and that was what happened. And the ending was interesting. I only had, like I said, 25 pages left of it today, so I finished it. I gave it 3.5 stars. It's very entertaining. If you like mystery, I feel like you would like this. I'm just not the biggest fan of mystery, so this wasn't my cup of tea. But like I said, it was entertaining. I read it quickly. I probably would have finished it a lot faster had I been reading it on my own timing instead of just reading like numbered page counts. But yeah, like I said, very interesting. 3.5 stars. I will not be continuing on with the series just because I'm not a mystery fan and I don't really care. And I feel like we tied the loose ends at the end. So I feel like there's not really much for me to keep going into the story for. And the next books in the series will probably follow different characters, different plotline. So there's really no need for me to continue on with this. But I enjoyed it for the time being. It was okay, which means since my page count for today is 126 pages and I already read 25 pages of this one, I will be reading 101 pages of Swear on This Life by Renee Carlino. I don't know how many pages are in here. I probably won't be finishing this, I don't think. So there's 303 pages, and then I will stop at page... I wanted to check if page 101 ends at the end of a chapter or not, and it doesn't look like it. So it looks like I'll be reading a little bit more, which probably won't be a problem, to be honest. Okay, I'll read to a page 106 to right here where the paragraph breaks. I don't like stopping when I'm in the middle of a chapter, because I'm gonna forget, I know myself. So I will be finishing at page 106 today, and then I believe tomorrow's page count is the highest number for the week, so I don't believe it'll take me until the end of the book, but we'll see. Like, if it takes me within maybe like 20 pages of the end, then I'll probably just finish this book tomorrow, but I highly doubt it, because there's more than halfway left after I finish today, so I don't know. yeah, like I said, this book is about a girl who picks up a book, and the story that she's reading turns out to be her life story. So I think that's very interesting, and it's, I'm excited to get into it, so I'm gonna get into it, and then I will come back to you once my reading page count is done for the day. I'm back. I have finished reading. I'm on page 106, which, according to Goodreads, is 34% into the book. I don't know what it is about this book. First of all, why is it set in Ohio? It just makes me feel a little bit uneasy to think about this book taking place in Ohio. I live in Ohio. I like reading books set in Ohio every now and then, but this book in particular, no. The writing of this book feels so heavy. The atmosphere feels heavy. The story feels heavy. The little girl, the main character in this book, is she goes through so much in her childhood that's so heavy and so much. I'm only 30% in. And I'm already I was on page 90 and I looked at it and I was like, that can't possibly be 90. It must be 70 because there's no way I just read 90 pages in a blink of an eye. It is so easy to read. It is nothing like I thought it would be at all. Nothing. Not a single thing that I thought about this is what is actually going on in this book. This is not an easygoing, fun-loving, hehe type of book. It's not. It's heavy. It's it makes me feel uneasy. That's the best way I can describe it. Please read the trigger warning. There's domestic abuse. Lots of uncomfortable shit that happens in this book that I'm would rather not to be reading about this before noon, but here I am. It's very easy to read. It's very quick. It's going by surprisingly quickly, but it's just so heavy and I'm not having the best time reading it. I don't know I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm just not. This is not a fun hee book, which is what I thought I was getting myself into. The main character is something. I hate her boyfriend so much. And the guy who wrote the novel that she's reading that is about her life, I love him. I love him so much. He's getting me. He's getting me deep in the soul, deep in the heart. I love him. I don't know where this book could possibly go. I'm not understanding what's going on. I don't know if there's magical realism going on in this book. I don't understand how this is possible. Because it's if you've read this book, please tell me down below. Did you feel uncomfortable reading this book? Did it make you feel uneasy? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? I don't know how I'm going to rate this book. I have no idea. Definitely different from One of Us is Lying. Nothing like I expected at all, but I'm enjoying it. So I guess there's that. I'm reading it relatively quickly. I read 100 pages in 45 minutes, which is pretty quick. I don't like any of the characters as of right now, other than the guy who wrote the novel. He's adorable and I love him. I'm not understanding where this story is going, and if I don't finish this tomorrow, I'm gonna be confused. So I feel like I'm probably going to be finishing this tomorrow despite the page count, because say I have 150 pages left to read. That would put me at 250 pages, right? Around, which would leave me 50 more pages to finish this book. And like I said, anything less than 30 pages left on this book by the time I finish my page count reading tomorrow, I will probably finish it because it just reads very easy. It's not like I'm sitting here reading for 3 hours at a time and noticing the time. The time went by very quickly. I'm this far in, I have this much left, and it's very strange. Imagine picking up a book and you start reading and you notice that you're reading about your life. To be honest, that's not something I want to do. I do not want to pick up a book for shits and giggles and read about my life. I've lived my life. I don't want to read about that. So I don't know. I'm just very uneasy. It just feels very strange. It's very heavy. It deals with a lot of topics. There's child abuse and domestic abuse and very uneasy. All you need to know is that I'm feeling a little bit uneasy. But that's fine. That's fine. Because, if a book is making you feel uneasy, then I feel like it's doing its job. And this book is definitely doing its job. And I'm very interested to see where the story goes because, what do you mean? What? Yeah. I don't like the unknown. I need to know. So I'm gonna stop, despite the fact that I really don't want to. I really want to see where the story is gonna go. I really want to see where this is gonna go. I really want to see how it's gonna end. I want to see what the possibilities are. Like, I'm so uncomfortable by what I don't know, because this can go in so many different ways, and it's making me uncomfortable. This is testing my control issues heavy. That's it for today. That's it for the page counts. I've read above the page count again, which, you know, if I were meant to read 125 pages or 126 pages, 25, 101. I read like 5 pages above the page count today, but that's normal. I've read above the page count almost every day so far. Tomorrow's the last day of this challenge because it's Friday, and we're gonna see where this could possibly lead. You already know what's going on when I sit over here. We're done. We're finished. Today is Friday, and I have finished Swear on This Life by Renee Carlino. Today's page count was 192 pages, and because it was 192 pages and I was already on page 206, the total would have taken me to 298 pages, and the book ends at 303. So I just decided to finish it. I decided to go through and finished the entire book. I gave it 3.75 stars. In the beginning, I gave it 4 stars, and then I went back because I thought on it. The adrenaline of finishing a book wore off, and so I decided to give it 3.75 stars. It is an interesting book, definitely very interesting. I have never read anything like it before. I've never experienced anything like it before. I still feel a little bit weird about it. It was very strange. It headed in a different direction than I thought it would, and I didn't even have a direction in mind, but it went. When I continued reading today, it was just it's just very heavy and very, if you like a book about characters, about character development, about characters who pine after each other for years and years and years. I've never read anything like it before, so, and I've read a lot of books in my day, so I don't know, but that says a lot. So with that being said, I have finished 2 books in this challenge. One of Us is Lying, and then I finished Swear on This Life. These were the books that I finished in these 5 days of reading according to the amount of times I picked up my phone. This was a lot shorter than I thought it would be. I actually thought I would be picking up my phone a lot more often during my day. Today was the highest with 190 something pages, and then the lowest I believe was 80 pages on Tuesday. So that is interesting. It's been an interesting week, interesting reads. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say about it. I will put the total of the number of pages I've read this 5 days over here. I hope you guys enjoyed me reading the amount of pages according to the amount of times I've picked up my phone, and I had fun. I will probably be doing this again at some other point in my life and my reading career. Okay. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun. I have never experienced anything like this challenge before. Very interesting. I definitely thought it would take a lot more pages, but here we are, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again next week with another video. Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched all the way to the end, have the best day ever, and I'll see you guys again next week with another video.